Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I edit my photos. So I've been using Adobe Lightroom Photoshop for the past few years, and that's what I'll be using today. I just love how powerful it is, yet so simple for editing photos, for storing photos, for organizing them. So to get to your photo, you can either go to All Photos, which is selected up here, or you can go to the album that's in if you put it in one. So mine is just in this album here, and then we'll go ahead and select our photo. I took this photo a few days ago in the beautiful Shenandoah Mountains. So first we'll go over to the Geometry tab, and this is where we'll fix our distortion. So we can go over to this Edit tab here, and then down to Geometry, and we want the distortion slider here, and I'll probably bring it right about to about 20. So the reason that distortion is caused is because you have a really wide lens. In my instance, I used a 20mm lens, and this gives like a fisheye effect to my photo, and so just changing the distortion fixes that. And next I like to crop my image. So for an image like this, I like to do a 16:9 aspect ratio. So we'll go something like this. There we go, that looks about right. And next, let's see. Next I'll go into the Light tab here, and I like to go to the point curve. And I just like to raise this up here on the curve. This kind of just adds more depth and character into the shadows, makes it a little bit less contrasty. This will help us later. But then we'll just put a slight S curve in our photo. A bit like that. Now it looks kind of crazy right now, but we are going to fix this. So we'll go to contrast here, and we'll take the slider probably to about there, and then maybe some slight tweaking on this curve. There we go. So I probably want to end up with something that looks like that. Okay. Next, I like to raise up my whites for an image like this, because I have all these highlights through the trees, and I kind of like how they're so bright in this image, and I just kind of want to emphasize that and show the light breaking through the leaves. And then the blacks we can bring up a little bit. This kind of makes us see a hint of what's in here, makes it a little bit more mysterious. Probably do that quite a bit, maybe like an 85. And then I like to go and do my shadows and highlights. So there we go. I just want to give a hint of what's going on in here. And then it's all about tweaking these little things, like maybe a little less blacks. And yeah, the shadows look pretty good. And then the highlights are affecting the brightest parts of the image. So that's like this water right here, as well as the sky. So I want to bring that down a bit, like that. There we go. Next, I like to go into the Effects tab here. And this is a minor change, but I like to add a little bit of texture and take away a little bit more clarity. There we go. That makes the image have a more dreamy effect. I don't know, I think it's kind of pleasing. And now I like to add a radial filter here. So over the subject of the image, just something like that, and I like to brighten that up a bit, like that. That just emphasizes the subject, makes it pop a little bit more. And something that helps with that as well is to add a slight vignette. Not too noticeable, but just kind of hones in on that subject there. And for reference, our original image is this. This is the edited image so far. So now we'll just go into the color panel here and down to the color mixer. This is affecting these specific shades in the image. So we'll go to the oranges, and I like to add a fair bit of a little shine. You can see it in these leaves down here on this rock. So a little bit shinier like that, maybe about 50, and then maybe a little bit of saturation, not too much though. And then we'll go to the yellows, and it's all about kind of playing around with the shades. Maybe I want them a little bit more orange like that, and a touch of saturation, and then once again luminance. I think this just really makes the colors pop a lot. Yeah, like that. And now the greens, I like to have my greens nice and deep and dark, and tinting them towards kind of the blue side of this slider here kind of helps with that. So like that, and a little bit of saturation as well as luminance. Okay, so at this point we are pretty much done. We've changed all of our basic functions here. We've changed the colors. We went through, added some effects, as well as geometry. We've cropped our image. So at this point, if there's anything minor that you want to do, I like to do that at this point. So I think I will add a slight little radial filter up in these highlights to kind of give them a little bit more brightness, like that. Okay, and for reference, here's our original image, and here is our final completed image. Once again, the completed. Okay, well, thank you all for listening. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.